Day 10. Okay, so I did not record anything yesterday because I was gaming with my friends up until like 1:30 a.m. because I I don't know. So yeah, that's the reasoning of not recording and missing a day. So yeah, I think if I have like something I want to talk about and it's really long or like two different things, I might just post two videos in a single day, whatever. But okay, so today, uh, I was thinking of talking about depression, loneliness, and whatever, because it is such a hot topic in today's world, being lonely, staying lonely, not finding motivation to do stuff or even to live. And yeah, I think I wanted to talk about that because speaking from experience, I would say I had my 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 fair share of depression, and I think I always have, but I just managed to suppress it so it doesn't affect me. But every once in a while it comes back stronger, and you know, it's just those times where it's not easy. So yeah, um, depression, the feeling of not wanting to do anything and for absolutely no reason being sad. So yeah, I think it torments a lot of the population, and it is something that is growing and growing even faster in modern days. And I think um, I can list like the reasons I think it's spreading, but surely there's more. But if I had to like say the reason of depression being like growing so much, I would say it's loneliness, not having someone to um, be together, be with, uh, at least like good amount of time on your week. So just being lonely. Second, not finding love because uh, being lonely and not finding love are for me two different types of things because you can be lonely and have love, or and sorry, you can like not find love but not be lonely. Like myself, I consider myself a person that is not lonely. I am not lonely because I have quite a lot of friends, fortunately, and I have very close friends. I have friends on my college, people I can count with. I have family, and so yeah, I'm not lonely, but I am lacking in the part of love. So yeah, that's one thing that I don't have, and I'm grateful for not being lonely because I never had like a problem with being lonely, but I think it has a toll on your mental health. And that's the third thing I wanted to say, mental health. Mental health. And all these three things are tied to each other. Like one and the three together are so important. And if you don't have at least like two or just one, it's like just downhill. So yeah, mental health, loneliness, love life, and you can say like you can say other stuff like, for example, managing your body. Like managing is not the best word to say. Like taking care of your body. I think it's one that it can be like it can help your mental health. It can help even in the loneliness. I think. but not a lot of people like do that stuff. More and more are doing like going to the gym and working out, so it's good. But you see like a lot of people that are overweight. Being overweight is like the new normal. So yeah, it's more and more uncommon. You find like overweight people, people not being on a good shape, you know. So yeah. Mm. I was thinking about Japan too. You know, Japan because I don't know like the exact specifics, but Japan has like one of the highest suicides and I guess depression. I don't know about depression, but surely it's high. Depression, suicides, uh, stats all over the world. I guess I'm not certain. I just think, but I am pretty sure. Like they have so many suicides and so many like depression like stats. It's even crazy to say, but I can see why, you know, because for you see, Japan society is so strict and they are so like you have to follow the rules and you have to be that type of way. You need to behave every single time. Everywhere you go you see like people doing things like respectful and following the code they have and whatever. And I think that's you know it's not good because I think the people they need to express themselves. I guess I'm not trying to be woke or anything. Just you know, doing your type of stuff. Because in Japan, for example, oh, I wanna like do a job that is not very well paid because I like it. You know, which is totally normal and totally okay. In Japan, they're like, no, you cannot do that. You need to you need to be doctor. You need to be smart. You know? So yeah, most of them work in like offices, so they start working like 6 a.m. and they come back home like 8 p.m. They stay like the entire day just working, and then they come home, and then they come home alone in a single like in the flat that is like 16 16 cubic meters, which is like almost nothing. But in Japan, and even in the big cities, is like nine uh, cubic meters. It's which is like almost nothing. It's like just my room. It's a flat. It's just a flat. So yeah, I can see why that has a mental toll on the people. And yeah, depression. A lot of things can cause it. You know. I'd say mine started with my weight because I was still am like a fat guy and I always was, you know. Ever since I was a kid, I was like I'm sorry. Ever since I was a kid, I was like chubby. So it was like kind of normal, I'd say. I'm not trying to blame anyone because being overweight is like almost 100% your own fault. But when I was younger, like I always just be like, oh, can I eat that? And my dad was like, okay, go for it. So yeah, I never had much of a restriction on what to eat, and I could just eat whatever when I want. So I was like chubby all the time, and I just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I cannot remember the specifics. I think I was like 14, 14, 13, 13 or 14 years old. I'd go with 14 years old, and I was 120 kilograms. And yeah, that is pretty bad. Pretty bad. So yeah, I was severely overweight. I was never obese, thank Christ, because I was always active. I was always like above average on my height. So at 14, I had like a hundred, one and 1 meter and like 73 centimeters. So I was like, I was pretty tall for my age when I was younger. Now I have just like I'm 1 meter and 83 centimeters, which is like almost 6'1" feet in America. And but it's today. But I stopped growing a lot. But when I was younger, I was pretty above average on my height, so I could hide it really well. But I was in the time where even when I could my body like hides my fat really well, I was still like very fat. So yeah, that was a problem. And then I went to a process that it was between my 13, 14 years up until my 17 and 18 years, which I lost 35 kilos. I went from 120, 118 kilos to being like 83, almost like that. So, yeah, no, that was like almost 40 kilos. Damn, bro. 40, almost 40 kilos deficit. And I was good. I was feeling good. I was like in best shape of my life. And I'm gonna be honest, my main reasoning for that, it was pussy, getting laid, finding someone. But I failed completely. I failed. I'd say I screwed up because I actually had a chance, but I was way too younger. I was still trying to get better overall. And I think when my first kiss, I was like, I'd say like 15, 16. I don't remember. And I was pretty stupid even for that age back then. So yeah, I fucked up. But it's my fault, I know. But I tried. When I got to the like finally, I got to my ideal weight. To like I was looking good. I was going to the gym. I was buff. I tried finding it. I couldn't find it. I was still like being a person that was like had their own friend group, but it was only that. Nobody else like wanted to hang out or treated me right. Like they were always saying stuff behind my back and saying bad stuff about my back. I don't know fucking why. I always try to be like good to people. So yeah, I don't know why my image as a student was not good, even though I did not do anything to anyone, but it's life. So yeah, I did not get to find love or whatever. So I gave up. I straight gave up. It was time to do my exams for trying to get in a university in college. I was doing uh, you know, so many tests and going to places to do so many tests. I just I just been like, oh fuck it. So I don't fucking care. So I went through that stage of just being recluse and being like inside home doing nothing. And thank Christ I was able to be approved to have my classes here. So we moved here and I was still like doing whatever, eating what I wanted. And yeah, things just got worse. I started my college and I was trying, to like, okay, I need to do something about my weight. But then I started like working out again. I started doing a lot of activities, but didn't really matter. I lost some weight, but gained it back, and now I'm here. I gained all my weight back since I was like 14 years old, and I'm starting from scratch pretty much. And I hope to, you know, go back to my ideal weight and stay there for the rest of my life because being fat is like one of the worst six things you can be in the world. In the world, I'm sorry. Um, don't be fat. Don't. If you are, don't be. Stop eating. I know it's hard. I am fat. I know. I know why we eat. I know why. I think I'm gonna like stop talking about this topic of like being fat because I'm probably gonna talk about that tomorrow. And yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Uh, but yeah, depression. It's not good. It's something I feel like I cannot avoid. It's something I feel like I can't get I can't get out of me. You know, it's stuck. I can reduce it. I can suppress it, but it's always here and it will stay always here. I don't know why. And for me, it started with my weight, you know, just the troubles of being fat and how that affect my relation with other people. And yeah, I wanted to end this video saying that we human beings are social machines. We need social. We need to be social. We need to talk to people. We need to socialize. We need to socialize because we are not meant to be alone. I know that there's people that like to be alone, but we human beings are not meant to be alone. We are social people. We were meant to like hang out and be together. So when you don't have this type of relation with someone or people, you know, in general, like uh, for a long time, if you don't have this type of relation and talk and like talking to someone, you know, going out with people, socializing in general, if you don't do that for a long time, it takes a toll on your mental health and even worse as other things I said before. So yeah, if I have something to say, socialize, try your hardest to find friends, find someone to go out with, find someone you like being with, so you can hang out more. That could be friends or even a lover or whatever. Just socializing in general is the human thing to do because we as humans we need that for our mental health. It's good for our mental health. So yeah, we should focus on that. And if you're struggling with something, I said I recommend like trying to socialize. I don't have this problem with loneliness because I fortunately have a lot of friends and I hang out quite often actually. And yeah, but you know, I think that that's that's what keeps me safe from doing harm to myself. So yeah, socialize. It's good for you. Depression, it's bad. Not good. Not good.